Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Generation Millennium. I'm your visually impaired host, Jeffro Madness, and we are now on, I believe, episode 4 of my Brilliant Diamond series, and whoops, looks like I went to the wrong profile. I would edit this out, but unfortunately, I don't have that kind of technology, but we shall see what we get through, and if you hear any background noise, I apologize due to poor life choices on my end. As punishment, I'm being sent to work in a different locale. So there's a chance I might get interrupted in the middle of recording sessions and whatnot. So I apologize in advance for that. But if you want me to return to more peaceful recording sessions, the best way to do it is to convince my landlord, I suppose, to let me move back to the nice, quiet home environment. So, support via Patreon is one way you can ensure that. Other than that, I don't know, spread the word about my visually impaired franchise to your friends and families, get me have more subscribers, and I don't know, eventually get some ad revenue on YouTube or something. Anyways, when we last left off, I defeated the Veilstone City gym leader, and we took down Team Galactic, who were suspiciously in front of this one building, which I said would have some story relevance later on. As for right now, I want to see if I can find my way back to Sandgem Town. Because off camera I did some stuff. And looks like that's Jubilee City. It's a little bit more south. I believe this is the place, so let's go back to Professor Rowan because he has a nice little gift for us that he can give us. And this particular gift, however, is only achieved when you've completed the Seeing Dex for Sinnoh. So if you see, in my case, I have well, technically the Seeing Dex is only 150 Pokemon. The 151 there slot is for Manaphy, so if you have Manaphy, that gets added in, but if you don't, you just complete the 150 Dex for Sinnoh. And if you don't know what those Pokemon include, that includes all the Lake Trio as well as Dialga and Palkia. And if you are curious as to how you get Dialga and Palkia into your game, first off, you encounter one of them during the story, so that's pretty much a given. But the opposite one that you can get, what you have to do is go to Celestic Town, go to Cynthia's grandmother's house, and I believe she shows you a picture of the opposite legendary. And since the Sinnoh Dex is just seeing the Pokemon, that essentially just gives you the Dex entry for seeing it. So you're done there. In addition, sometimes you may miss a Pokemon or two, like maybe Spiritomb, but since Cynthia has that lets you see that particular Pokemon, you don't have to worry about that part. But anyways, we now got we got access to the National Dex now, I believe. I'll check it out since I reach my next destination. And if you're wondering why I'm having such a hard time here, it's because I forgot to bring my little handheld device that lets me read the screen a bit better and for like certain text stuff. So that's why I'm flying a little blind here. Pun told intended if I'm flying blind. But I know the general layout of Sinnoh, so that was the Slaceon Town, so just go a bit more to the northeast, and I should be at Veilstone here. Yep, there we go. So now that we have that, actually let me show you that now that we have the National Dex. As you can see, my National Dex is... Wait, is it not fully completed? Am I missing something? Hopefully that's just a mythical I'm missing. Well, one way to find out. And if not, then I'll just do it off camera. But I could have sworn well, as anyone who supports me via Patreon would know, I have the home account there. And the home account gives you access to the entire Sinnoh National Dex minus Spinda. Because Game Freak is stingy, or not Game Freak, but rather Ilka did some weird programming thing into Pokemon Home and BDSP, because that prevents Spinda from being transferred in. And when I say Spinda cannot be transferred in, I mean that quite literally. Spinda cannot be transferred in or out of Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, meaning if you have a Spinda in home or you catch a Spinda in the game, it cannot be transferred out whatsoever. Only way you can move it between games is by trading between games. But they just cannot be put into the game, which is stupid. But we're now moving our way south to Pastoria City. Let's see. Mistress. And if you heard a noise behind us, that's what I wasn't talking about. I'm in a public office setting now, so I will have some others walking in and out of the room because this is also a, well, they call it the fax room, but technically speaking, it's also a storage room where documents and supplies are kept. But unfortunately, due to the current setting, I have to work with this, so just bear with the outside noise, please. If I can bear with it, so can you guys. Although I was rather apprehensive about moving to this space, but it seems to be functional enough. Which is kind of a downside on my part because I was hoping it would not be functional at all, but well, I made it work, so I guess I'll be working in from this locale from this point onward. Which is gonna suck for my online life because this means I'll be attending this office setting, which means I probably won't get home until around maybe like 6:30 or so. And I gotta clean some stuff up, which means nighttime, which I meet up with some friends to do Dynamax adventures. We are not gonna have enough time for that, probably. Unless they just somehow give me a break on the weekend or something, then we can take care of that stuff then. And I didn't even see who that Pokemon was I'm facing, but actually high enough level. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. Oh, super effective. Oh, you're a rock or ground type. Or maybe a water type. I just used Energy Ball and I didn't even pay attention to who I KO'd. Oop, that sounds like a Bronzor. Move up the Shadow Ball. Hopefully you didn't hear that crash, but you probably did. And it sounds like a Judo that just popped in. Oh, freaking come on. Do you have Sturdy? How vexing. Oh, you use Sandstorm. How lovely. If I had Magic Guard, that wouldn't matter to me. But since I have Inner Focus instead, it's going to be a bit of an issue. Guess I'll do Shadow Ball again. Save some power, Energy Ball power points. I want to make sure I have enough power points for that when I get to the Pastoria City gym. But as I mentioned in previous episodes, this is part of the game where the story kind of picks up a bit in terms of like its speed tempo, I suppose. I mean, there are still some fetch quests they have you do, but like the journey from Eterna City to Veilstone, in my opinion, is still rather long because you have to like go down the bike path, cut through Mount Coronet, reach Hearthome, do one event there, then leave Hearthome, go to Silesian Town, cut through Silesian Town, and oop, there's some background noise as I was mentioning. Phone calls because this is an office space, so hope you guys can just grin and bear it like I am. Fortunately, the employees who work here are very punctual. They don't leave phone calls hanging for too long. They usually pick it up in like a single ringtone. Only time they probably wouldn't pick it up immediately is if they're busy with clients. Man, have I just been facing a bunch of weasels? I could have sworn it was Shadowts at first. And what was that? Did you Aqua Jet me or something? Yep, that's definitely a weasel. It's getting your ball super effective there. Oh yeah, also let me know in the, I guess, comment question today. How does my microphone, my voice quality sound? Ooh, lots of phone calls at the moment. Hopefully hopefully these are not just prank calls here. And wait, am I stuck in this grass space here? Oh, I think I have to go over here. So I basically just had a wasted trainer battle for no reason because I think I have to go this way. And then... Or maybe not. I have to go down this way. Not a trainer battle. That sounds like a shield on. Probably gonna have sturdy. And just when I said I was gonna try to save energy ball power points, I just wanted to use it again. And yep, has sturdy. By now, if you guys are wondering how I know when a certain abilities activates, because while I can't exactly read fast enough, I can hear the sound of them activating. So that's one thing I miss from the newer games, that they kind of remove certain sound effects here and there, which for me makes it easier to tell when things happen. But apparently, I don't know, the newer games just think having those things activate just takes up more time or something, which I don't blame them if that's really the case. But anyways, that guy's defeated. Run down over here. Then run over here. I never really quite understood the layout of this particular route. And now I should be in, yep, I think this is the Viral Lakefront area. And just in time. Actually, maybe not in time because I ran the wrong direction, but oh, just in time yet. My repeller wore off. I usually time it just about right to... The repeller runs out just when I reach this area because I don't have to worry about... Well, there's still one more grass encounter, but the odds of me running into one there is almost unlikely unless the RNG just really despises me, which, knowing me, it probably will. But this is the... This should be the Game Director's house, I think. Or maybe not. Ooh, looks like I entered the wrong place. There shouldn't be a battle here. Although this is the wrong location, I'm guessing this must be like the Battle Cafe restaurant place that's like... If you watch the Sinnoh anime, then this is the same location. So, double battle, doesn't gleam. Someone has sturdy, screw you. Wait, you both have sturdy? What the frick? Well, thanks for wasting my time with your double sturdies. And you have even more Pokemon waiting in the wings. Just lovely. Well, at least I'm going to guarantee to KO you both now. Because one was Bonsly or Sudowoodo, and the other's a Pichu. Oh, hey, Purple Blufflup, what are you now? Wait, 30? I thought you already were level 30, unless I was misreading from before. Anyways, I'll take that cash, thank you. Anyways, I think this is a place where you can battle trainers every day and get some money from them. But that's not the location I was looking for. I was looking for a different locale. Oh, I had to go more to the left. Then there should be a house up here. Or keyword it should be. If not, then I'll just do what I did for Let's Go and just do it off camera. Yep, that's Game Director. And first off, he gives you the catching charm, I believe, which just increases your critical capture rate. And if you talk to him again, he should give you the shiny charm, but I'm not getting it here. Maybe I'm talking to the wrong director? Oh, maybe not. I'm not getting anything. Wait, I just got a certificate thing. Yeah, I took a quick snapshot of it, but I guess here's the common question of the day. You can guys tell me what the certificate is for. Because if not for the shiny charm or maybe just complete the Synodex? Because now I need to go into my inventory. Oop, nope, that's Pokedex. Let's see here.
Hello?
Oh, nope, that's X items. Key items, where are you? TMs. Actually, you guys give me 1 second. Sorry about that. The door's not completely closed, but at least the outside employees don't have to hear my commentary, since I guess it's a little rude that I'm playing games in the middle of a workspace, but I mean, they're the ones who invited me to this space, so I did try to deter them, but oh well. But looks like I just need a catching charm here. Oh yeah, and then also from Professor Rowe and Professor Oak, when you complete the Synodex, they give you the Poke Radar, which is how you can encounter some Pokemon in the wild. But unfortunately, looks like I didn't get the shiny charm. Oh well, but enough about that. It's not like I care about getting shiny Pokemon. That is because the only way shiny charm really is really affected in this game is from Masuda breeding. Other than that, the charm is essentially ineffective or ineffective through other methods, meaning wild encounters are flawed, so not much point in getting it. So I just wanted to, hopefully I was just hoping to show it on screen, but it looks like the game really doesn't like me getting stuff on screen. But if you affect that one person, as you probably saw there, you can heal your team, so that's a nice little way to heal just before you get to Pastoria City, because then I had to just run through this little roots area here. Oh, dang it. I think that's a spinner, because sometimes I run past the area, she doesn't see me, sometimes she does. And I think I sound like Glameow that was there. Normal type. But now that my power points are fully restored, I'll just be a little reckless with my power points. So go Psychic. And if I saw that correctly, I think that's her only Pokemon. Yep. Victory is ours. And then move a little bit more this way, then straight left. Do some patch of grass here. Goody, no encounters. Lovely. That's the last patch of grass I was referring to, because sometimes you can get an encounter there, sometimes you don't. And now we reach Pastoria City, which is the home of the infamous Great Marsh, which we unfortunately have to go into in order to, because there's a guy who gives us another partner technique or HM technique for the Poketch, whatever you want to call it. I believe in Platinum they changed it, but since this is based off Diamond and Pearl, they kept it here. This is one guy over here. Yep, he gives you Defog, which you pretty much only need for 2 sections of the game if you're doing this casually, which sounds ridiculous, but that's how it is. But anyways, that's like a technical waste of $500. But the way how the Great Marsh works is that there are 6 areas in it, and the encounters in most of the areas are pretty much the same, but every single day in those 6 areas there's usually a special spawn of Pokemon which only appear as a special encounter. But the thing I despise of the Great Marsh is those special encounters, they can be virtually anything, and they can, well, not virtually anything, but they can be anything on the encounter table of the special list, and each special spawn can repeat itself. So, like, for example, Carnivine is a special spawn. You could have the worst luck in the world and have like 3 of your special spawns for the day all be like nothing but Carnivine, or maybe Drapions or Toxicroaks, Scaruppi, Krogunk. Those are special spawns for the Great Marsh. And that's just before National Dex. If you're National Dex, then things begin to include Pokemon like Paris, Execute, Kangaskhan, Yanma. And a few others. I think Shroomish and Gulpin also become available. And, well, as of like Generation 8, I suppose the Great Marsh is the only place that gives you access to Safari Balls. Because if you play Sword and Shield, you know that the Cramomatic, or as I like to call it, the Scaremomatic, gives you access to sporting Safari Balls on the less than 1% chance, maybe like even less than 0.5% chance. So that's not reliable. So if you want a chance to catch certain Pokemon in Safari Ball, I guess the Great Marsh is a nice place to go. Only problem is, since you don't battle on the monsters themselves, you just throw mud, throw bait in the Safari Ball. The capture of Safari Ball is essentially the same as a Great Ball, so for the various spawns like say Kangaskhan, the odds of them catching are very, very low. So don't end up trying to rely on that. But anyways, Great Marsh tangent aside, welcome to the Astoria City Gym. The puzzle here is essentially pressing a bunch of switches that I haven't found even one switch yet. This is going to be painful. I know the puzzle generally, but that's generally when I'm using my handheld visual tool, but since I've got to bring that with me, I had to do this the old-fashioned way, and that is not turning out so great at the moment. Where are those blasted switches? I should have countered one by now. But anyways, the puzzle for the Astoria City Gym is that you press these switches and it like either raises or lowers the water level, which in turn also raises like some water pathway raft thingamabobs you can walk across. And your goal is to essentially manipulate the water level to eventually reach the gym leader. And the sad fact is, I know more at the end of the puzzle than I know the beginning of the puzzle. As you can kind of see right now, since I'm just bumbling my way around. Oh, looks like I found a trainer. I'm not certain you can skip all the gym trainers, but I think you can skip some of them. And as I was mentioning earlier, because I want to save energy balls, the Astoria City Gym is based off water-type Pokemon. Which, considering the Great Marsh is right there, which, well, I mean, it's a marsh. Marsh can pretty much mean grass and water types, but since we already had Eterna City for the grass types, that leaves Pastoria for the water types. Here's a fun fact. If you watch the Sinnoh episode in the anime where Ash and Co visit the Great Marsh when they reach Pastoria City, there's like a little joke in which Brock opens his eyes temporarily. I think there are a few moments in the anime where he does that, so if you want to watch that, then that's definitely worth something, I suppose. And I think I'm finally making progress here, because I pressed on one switch. And then I think there's one over here I have to press. Then I have to go back down. And then I think... Wait, do I have to press one over here? Because I think there's one here. Yep. Was that alright? Let's see if I can press this one again. Yep. Those two buttons are there and they kind of conflict with one another or something. But then I think I have to run over here. And I found another trainer. That's usually a good sign. Normally people want to skip trainers, but in my case, I like encountering trainers because that pretty much just lets me know, hey, you're actually making progress. You're not just running around doing nothing. And this is a Wingull, water flying. Just as long as he doesn't have drizzle. Good. Although in terms of gym trainers or trainers in general, yeah, you usually don't want them having their abilities because that makes animations take longer and whatnot. But in terms of competitiveness, Pelipper is usually the preferred water setter. If not, Pelipper, then Politoad is also good because one, he's just plain pure water. Therefore, he doesn't have the 4 times weakness to electric like Pelipper does. Although Pelipper, they both have their ups and downs. It also just depends on what your opponent has. And then let's see, I think move down this way. Am I going the right direction? Is there no button I have to press over here somewhere? Oop, looks like it. Aha, progress! Or at least I think I'm making progress. Wait, hold on, did I just go in a big circle? Oh, fudge muffins, did I just go in a big circle? Okay, so maybe there's a button there I'm not supposed to press. And then I think go down one more time. And then avoid the button on the left side there. And then I think I head on over this way. There we go. Yep. Okay, so yeah, avoid the button on the left there. I guess that button was there in case you want to go back to the Pokemon Center or something. But in my case, I want to stick to going this way. That sounds like a Zero. That's another Pokemon that can appear in the Great Marsh. Although, strangely enough, this one is not. What the? You're a Sapsipper? Okay, that's a bit random. And FYI, Sapsipper, that's hidden ability, so I don't know why they gave a Zero of all things that. I mean, I guess to troll people who just came here with a bunch of grass types and were spamming the grass moves. But yeah, as I was saying, Zero can be found in the Great Marsh, but it's not a special encounter, but more like it's just a very rare encounter. Maybe one like the 1 to 5% spawns that can appear. So if you encounter that one, that's a nice catch to go for. Save yourself some time breeding. Because in order to breed Meryl, you need to have Meryl holding the, I believe it's the sea incense in order to breed it to get Azurill. And then if you wanted to get say like Mantike for Mantine, you need to breed Mantine holding the wave incense. Then Sudowoodo needs the rock incense to breed Bonsly. And I think I have the rest of the puzzle figured out here. There should be one more switch here. Then I have to run back up here. Yeah, there we go. And there should just be one more trainer I have to face up over here who's guarding the last button. Let's see what else here. The Chansey or Blissey needs to be holding the Luck Incense to get Happiny. Roselia or Rosary needs to be holding the Rose Incense to get Badoo. Mr. Mime needs to be holding the Odd Incense to get Mime Jr. Chimeco needs to be holding the Pure Incense to get Chingling. My mind just blanked there for a second there. Snorlax needs to be holding the, I believe it's the Lax Incense in order to get Munchlax, which kind of makes sense with the whole name convention there. And I think that's all. Those are all the baby Pokemon. Oh no, wait. There's also Wobbuffet to Wynots. Oh, I think it's Wobbuffet who needs to be holding Lax incense to get Why Not, and then Snorlax needs to be holding the full incense to get Munchlax. There we go. That sounds more accurate. If you think I'm incorrect or if I made a mistake as of this point of my talking, then feel free to fillet me in the comments down below. And I suppose the actual comment question can be, what's your guys' favorite baby Pokemon? Or you think they're irrelevant and should no longer ever continue said process of baby Pokemon, because I, for one, don't think we need any more of those, and that should have been the final push. Now I just need to find a platform. Ah, there we go. And then the final pathway. The heck? I see what the gym leader is. Why can't I get to you? That should have been the final push. Okay, I just wasn't far enough to the right. Okay, my bad. But anyways, Pastore gym leader Crash or Wake, who has a how do I put this? Eccentric aesthetic to him. But let me check my thing over here. How long did that take me? Oh wow, almost a little over half an hour to get just to go down the route and get to the gym leader puzzle and whatnot. Could have been worse. I just start off the battle by throwing out a Psychic on him. It's a Gyarados. Although another reason why I like having inner focus here is because it kind of cuts down on the animation for like Pokemon who send out Intimidates, and then you have to go through the whole thing of seeing your Pokemon's attack stat went down, but instead just, I think it's a bit faster to have inner focus just intervene there, so you don't have to go through the whole animation of seeing your stat go down. I could be wrong there. But after we defeat him, this is Ace Floatzel, we should be good to go on gym badges. This should be badge number 4. I believe he gives you the Fen badge, I think is what it's called. In which at this point in the story, I think if you have 4 gym badges, you can have trade a Pokemon up to level 50 obey you, I think is how it worked. In addition, his special move, I think he gives you Brine. I don't think I've talked about the special moves that the gym leaders give you. So like he gives you Brine, it's a water type move, special attack. That does double damage if the target Pokemon is under half health. So it's not quite the most optimal move at the beginning of a battle. But later on, it can be a bit devastating, so it's a sign that you probably shouldn't have your Pokemon below half health. But now that we defeated Crasher Wake, I almost said Washer Wake. My tongue is all over the place, but now this should just, we head over to the Great Marsh area, and ooh, who is this person here? It's a Team Galactic Grunt. What are you doing standing around here? Well, truth be told, he's actually on reconnaissance, and now we need to chase this guy down. And he'll stop in different locations. He should be around here somewhere. There we go. But essentially, he was actually scanning out the area for an event that occurs later on in the game. Too bad he wasn't very. I mean, using Team Galactic Grunts by now, like, their outfit is not conspicuous whatsoever. So you'd think if they wanted to do some espionage or just scout up some stuff, you'd think they would do a better job at hiding themselves in. Hello, rival. I don't know why he decides to challenge you now of all times when you're about to chase down someone from Team Galactic. But, like, if you notice, rival, was that a Starly you just sent out? Because I question why you still have a stage 1 starter bird when at this point in the journey you should be like me with 4 badges, and if not 3 at the minimum. Meaning your Pokemon should be well over level 20 by now. So how the heck do you still have a Starly? But he also has a Weasel. And I think that's your starter he just sent out. Yep, I think that's a Grottle. The grotto, I can forgive that one because my prep buff's not fully evolved yet, so the fact yours isn't yet, you're forgiven. And here's your last Pokemon. Did you have a Ponyta or something? Yep, there's Ponyta. Alrighty, back. Sorry for the interruption, folks, but my mother, whose office I'm currently stationed at, came in and I unfortunately had to pause for a second there. But yeah, that's the inconvenience about me working in my current space. I'm technically working in a borrowed space. But anyways, now we're chasing the Team Galactic Grunt. Who should be around here somewhere. Where is he? He should be standing around here somewhere. Oh, is that him? Yep, there we go. Again, if you wanted me to stop following him, you should stop stopping in obvious locations. Good. Oh, dang it. I was hoping I could skip that trainer, but considering I have to pass by this location maybe one more time throughout the story, could be worse. Hey, B-Barrel, evolved from a Bidoof. And if you guys out there know about the whole Bidoof meme, HM slave and all that, if I haven't mentioned it already, well, refresher course, I suppose. But one trainer, that was quick. Let's head back in here. Oop, dang it. I keep forgetting how many tile spaces that is, but I wanted to talk to this person again to heal again. Before we head to the next section of our journey, which probably is going to take up the rest of the episode, knowing myself. And hot dang it. I keep misjudging spaces. Let's see.
No chair?
No, standing. Anyways, Team Galactic Grunt. And then finally, one last push to the Valor Lakefront because that's the area he's scouting. He's going to stop right in front of the lake entrance. Should be around here somewhere. Ah, there he is. So basically, he was just scouting around Lake Valor as well as the Pistoria City areas. But again, he's bad at espionage, so we chased him back over here. One moment again. Nah. I have to deal with all these constant interruptions. Hope you guys can just deal with this stuff because I have to. And hey, if I can somehow get an editor, then we can cut all these parts out. You just go a little bit forward and you meet Cynthia. Last time we saw her was What would you give us? Cut in Eternal City. But she gives us the secret potion. So now we can. Oh, things a little too high up. Because if you travel north of Silesian Town, you'll notice there's a bunch of Psyducks blocking the road. But now that we have this secret potion from Cynthia from that part of the store, we can now cut up here and talk to these Psyducks to get them out of our way. I still don't understand this part, just a bunch of 6 Psyducks blocking the road. Like, seriously, the Game Freak couldn't think of something better to just block her away. And I think she just gave her something else here. I don't think it was relevant. It sounds like just an item. Although she does give us an item, I think it's something she wants us to deliver to her grandmother, which is the next task on our list, I believe. Let's see here. Nope. I want to throw out some extra pill because we're going to run some grass here. In addition, we're about to enter our first usage of our YD fog is going to be needed. Should be around here. Yep, there we go. So now, let's see. The fact I have to do this on dock mode, this is going to be interesting. Where's that blessed pointer? Oh, there it is. Oh, there we go. And then you're just going to move the thing along to this screen, I believe, and then just click on defog wherever it is. Is that what it? Yep, there we go. Story ever uses it. Oh, you need a refresher on how to use the Poketch. Just hit the R button to open it. Hit the R button hit the R button again to make it bigger, like I did. And then if you want to get rid of it off your screen, just hold down the R button and you'll get rid of the Poketch screen. An interesting way to incorporate the bottom screen features. Honestly, Generation 5, the touchscreen was pretty much handled by the C gear, so I don't think they'll need that when the Pokemon Black and White remakes eventually come out. So everything else touchscreen wise was like just in battle menus and all that stuff, which we can handle just fine with the D-pad and whatnot on the Nintendo Switch, so that's not going to be an issue. Generation 6, probably gonna be a long time before we get those remakes, but if we ever do, I'm not certain how they're gonna handle that one, because like X and Y, the bottom screen was handled by the player search system, Pokemon Me, and Super Training. Losing the player search system on the bottom screen is definitely going to be a bit annoying. Pokemon Me can easily be handled just by putting it to the regular menu. But Super Training, I mean, the fun of Super Training was using the touchscreen for that one, so I don't know how they're going to incorporate that one into a single screen experience. But that's Generation 6 stuff. We don't have to worry about that one until maybe Generation 11 or something. Although who knows, their schedule for making remakes is rather erratic. I mean, when they remade Fire Red Leaf Green for the Game Boy Advance, that one was mostly just due to the fact that the Hoenn Dex was lacking. I mean, yes, there was the Hoenn Pokemon you can get from Ruby and Sapphire, but the Kanto and Johto Pokemon were pretty much absent, so that's why Fire Red Leaf Green were made to give access back to the Kanto Pokemon, and Johto Pokemon were lightly sprinkled into all the other games. Like if you can find some in the OG Ruby and Sapphire, there if you can find a Fire Red Leaf Green, and via Pokemon Emerald, technically speaking, making all the other Johto Pokemon more available between them all, just getting them was a huge pain. Like, the Johto Stars and Emerald were only available when you complete the Hoenn Dex and get received the National Dex, but you only choose one of them, so you have to like restart the game 2 more times to get the other 2 Johto Stars, so that's definitely not worth it. And then the Johto Beasts were in Fire Red Leaf Green, which they were completely bugged in the fact that if the Johto Beasts used Roar on you, they don't just run from the battle, they just disappear from the game entirely, so that's another downside of those. But thankfully Pokemon Coliseum was made, which rectified that little issue. Because Pokemon Coliseum pretty much gave you all of the Johto Pokemon that were missing in the previous games, and I missed who came out there. Oh, Machoke. Guess I'll just Dazzling Gleam you. Although speaking of the Game Boy Advance games, one thing I'm a little disappointed about is anyone who played the original Diamond and Pearl games probably knows of the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS insertion things that were available in Diamond and Pearl. Like, it's pretty cool how Game Freak integrated certain aspects. I mean, like, I think if you're playing Diamond and Pearl and you had like say like Fire Red or Leaf Green inserted into like the Game Boy Advance slot of your Nintendo DS, then you can have certain Pokemon spawn in certain locations. Like if you went to the old chateau, I believe you could have a Gengar spawn there, which is pretty cool considering the game trolls you with the whole Medicham for the Haunter trade. Instead, Haunter is holding Everstone, so when you receive it, it doesn't evolve. Total troll move on Game Freak there. Beyond that, I mean, it's not exactly like a groundbreaking thing, but I was hoping they would implement something similar, and they kind of do. Like, you remember back in Florida Town, those gift mysticals you can get to gift Mew and Jirachi if you have save data from Let's Go or Sword and Shield, which was a nice little implementation. And then there's the whole controversial thing about having save data from Legends Arceus to get Arceus, but you need to have completed Legends Arceus in order to get that one. Ah, dang, I was hoping I could skip that last trainer. And let me see how I am doing on time. Let's see here. Oh, goody, I should have enough time to finish up stuff in Celestic Town before I head over to Hearthome. I was hoping I could maybe I could stretch it and try to grab 2 gym badges in one episode. Getting to the Hearthome puzzle is not that difficult. And speaking of Hearthome, that puzzle, like the way they changed it for Pokemon Platinum was definitely a nice change. It actually makes it more spooky and ghost-like. I don't know what the developers were thinking for the Hearthome Gym puzzle for the OG Diamond and Pearl games, and they kept that puzzle the same for these remasters, as I like to refer to them as. And hello Girafarig, normal psychic type. Do not use Ghost Ooze on that, no effect because of the normal typing. Although speaking of Girafarig, Jesus Christ, I must have KO'd what felt like over 100 of those Girafarigs, because I was just running through Pokemon Scarlet the other day, and it was essentially a save file that I've got all the regular badges on, but I never bothered going to Area 0. But I finally decided to go to Area 0 to finish up that part of the story because I wanted to get to the post-game to unlock 5-star raids so I could do the promo events that just finished up this past weekend for the Paradox's Great Tusk and Iron Shreds, because you need to have 5 stars unlocked to get those promo raids going, and 5 stars don't unlock until you see the credits. Like after the credits roll and you're back in the academy and all that stuff. And then they tell you to go battle all those gym trainers again. Yeah, that's when 5-star raids unlock. The game doesn't really tell you, but then again, they don't tell you the others when they unlock. Like 3-star raids unlock after you have 3 badges, and I think 4 stars unlock after you have 6 badges, maybe 6 to 8 badges, somewhere that within that range. Gym badges, mind you, not the Team Star and Titan badges don't count on that one. But yeah, I was essentially ran through the story of Area 0 to finish it up so I can get to the post game area and then unlock the Paradox raids. But since I can't see, I mean, the game essentially just like when you move around the map in Scar and Violet, the game kind of just like locks onto like the nearest little circle node that your controller's hovering over. So I just kind of like had to keep stopping and going, trying to find different circles for my game to lock onto. And eventually I just like had to keep just running to different raids and hope that it was the Paradox raid. But if not, I just essentially just defeated the raid, got the experience candy, moved on. It took me about, I don't know, half an hour to find the raid each time, because I have to do it for both Scarlet and Violet, so I can get both Paradoxes going. But anyways, we reached Celestic Town, we talked to Cynthia's grandmother, and I think we delivered whatever item that Cynthia gave us to give to her grandmother. And then there's a Team Galactic grunt that we defeated here, and he was, I guess, doing recon as well. And hey, mysterious person who we met in Mount Coronet, who are you? With your evil eyes and crazy hairdo. You say your name's Cyrus? Well, you're not suspicious whatsoever, especially since I think your hair color is the same color as those galactic grunts. That should be a huge red flag. But anyways, we finished all the stuff here in Selected Town, so now we can move on to the story. And yay, my hunch was right, just going straight down from Selected Town, we go straight to the Horham City Gym. So basically how this gym puzzle is supposed to work is that you go up these elevators, you talk to a sign that gives you a math problem, and the math problem essentially just tells you to select one of these 3 doors that has the answers. But I kind of know how these are supposed to work anyway. But if you get the answer wrong, then you have to face a gym trainer right there. But the puzzle is, if you even want to call it a puzzle, is relatively easy. Just start with the door on the far right, then just make your way left each time. And then just loop back around for the final answer. There are 4 quote-unquote puzzles you have to go through and shoot. I think I answered the wrong one. Oh, maybe I didn't. Anyways, this should be the last one right here. And this last one pretty much asks you what the answer was for the first door you entered, which might throw some people off because they're not expecting an answer like that. But as you can see, easy enough. Hello, Fantina, the gym leader who is infamous because she just supposedly just hates hanging around her gym because she wants to do Pokemon contests or just travel around. She just likes to neglect her duties, which is why she was not available the first time we came here to Horham, so we had to go through those hoops and hurdles to go through all the way to Veilstone, then Pastoria, Celestic Town, then now back here because now she's finally back at her gym. But yeah, I guess you can mark that down as fastest gym puzzle in history. Because let me look at the time. Yep, episode time is almost over. Should just be enough time for me to wrap things up here. And for you, Gengar, I use Sidekick just in case your Cursed Body ability activates. Be aware of that one. Cursed Body can disable your attacks. So if you're using like a Ghost type move, they'll sweep through the team. Just make sure you switch moves just in case. And what level are you now? 33. Lovely. And you want to learn a move? I'll pass on that. But I was mentioning earlier, yeah, this is really when the game really picked up in speed because, like, you went through Pastoria City, you did that, then you just went to Celestic Town, finished that, ran home to Horham City, finish that. And if from Heart Home, you have a short cutscene, then you can just go to the city of gym number 6, which is Canalave City. So, yeah, you can really speed run through gyms 4 through 6 very quickly. And now we've got the 5th gym badge, which I forget the name of. But I believe the TM that she gives is Shadow Ball. But on top of all that, you probably have been noticing we've also been getting stickers, which offer the ball capsule, which I have not shown off even once because they're irrelevant to this playthrough. But the ball capsule essentially just lets you put stickers onto a special ball capsule thingamabob. Think of like an outer coating for a Pokeball, and the stickers you put on there essentially just help you decorate. How funny. I got to the gym puzzle so easily, now it's just taking me harder just to get out of here because I just keep forgetting how to maneuver my way out of here. It's like mountain climbing. You know how to easily climb up, but it's harder to climb down. But anyways, I think this should be the last elevator down. Yep, we should be out of the gym now. And I think our rival sees us here. Oh no, it's Cynthia. But anyway, Cynthia is not more than just being a champion of Sinnoh. She's also a researcher into myths and legends, so she's a little worried about the activity from Team Galactic and what they're up to as of late. Hence why she's traveling around all over the place. Anyways, you can fly back to Jubilee City here. And as I mentioned earlier on when we were here in Jubilee earlier in the game, you could take the west exit, but you'd be blocked off by by water. But you could get an old rod. I think there's like someone in this building here who gives you the old rod. But I'm gonna skip past that because I'm not interested in fishing. But yep, here's like some docks here. And we're blocked off by water. But now that we defeated Fantina, we can now use Surf outside of battle, which is what we got from Cynthia's grandmother. So now we can make progress. Oh, come on. Getting a water encounter here is so rare. Ah, that's cool. Hello. Let's get past you. Yes, get past that trainer that was there. I think he's a spinner. Sometimes I encounter him, sometimes I don't. But now we're reaching the city of the 6 gyms, so the fact I went from the city of Gym 3 all the way to the city with Gym 6 in a single episode, yeah, that should just tell you how quickly this part of the game can go. Although, after you beat the 6th gym, you essentially enter the story climax in which, you have to deal with a bunch of Team Galactic stuff because they're getting ready to take over the world or whatnot. Well, that's not their goal, but as far as you, the player, knows, considering your experience with Team Rocket, you could just suspect that. And I wanted to save my game by finding that last little area here. Where is it? There it is. Because you enter this bridge. Here's our rival Barry, or Jeffro as I named him here, and he wants to challenge us to another battle. So, 2 gym badges, 2 rival battles, multiple meetups with a champion, a single run episode. Not bad. Oh, there we go. His Starly's finally evolved. And your Super Day has no effect on me. And I forgot to check what level you are. I'm just spamming the A button. I'm guessing his Pokemon should be around level 30 or so by now. Weasel. Oh, pretty good level 33. I guess that means my starter must be a little under leveled. I mean, what was he level? I think my starter's level 33, 34, give or take. Ooh, Heracross. That's a new addition. Although, mind you, I've mentioned this before, Heracross is only available via Honey Trees and Sinnoh, so... Looks like our rival was taking some time to travel around Honey Trees. And if you heard some noise there, that's most likely my mother telling me to take a break because it's been about an hour worth of recording. That's why I paused earlier, because she wanted to inform me of such, but luckily I'm almost done with this recording session, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But that's one reason why I despise being in this setting. Constant interruptions when I'm trying to do recording stuff. Well, it's so impressive our rival's tenacity, the fact he went through all those Honey Tree encounters to find that Heracross. No, I don't think Heracross appears in the Grand Underground. Pretty sure that's exclusive to the Honey Trees only. But anyways, I think this is a nice place to wrap up the episode. So you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. And if you wish to support me, links down below to Patreon. And well, because I don't really have much else to say. So, but just take care then, I guess.